Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. There's a good girl. Oh, it's a good girl. Yeah. You sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Can you touch? Touch. Good girl. Good girl. Shake. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Welcome, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you how to make Lily's favorite treat. This is a healthy, wholesome treat that you can use to help train any dog. It gets their attention super good. So come inside and I'll show you how to make it. Come on, Lily. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go inside. Come on. Okay, so all this takes is 4 ingredients. Pretty simple. A can of salmon, some grated Parmesan cheese, just for the smelliness of it. You'll need some rice flour. Actually, you can use any kind of flour. I prefer rice flour for Lily. It's easier on her stomach. Normally I get brown rice flour. They didn't have any, so I used white rice flour. And you guessed it, eggs. That's it, 4 ingredients. That's all it takes, all natural, and they will love it. So I have the ingredients, like I said, in here. I have the eggs, the flour, and the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna add the salmon, the can of salmon in here. Now, I separate the salmon and let's call it the liquid. I'm gonna use some of the liquid because you're gonna need to, thin this out a little bit in order to make a dough that's spreadable, but I separate it first and then I'll dump everything in here. So it's really straightforward. See if I can do it without making a mess. Just drop that in there, and for now, that's the oven preheating. And now I'm gonna start mixing this in the mixer, and then I will start adding the liquid little by little. Okay, so I'm gonna kick the mixer on here. I'm just gonna start it off on low and let it mix some of the ingredients up just a little bit. I'm gonna slowly add a little bit of liquid in there, not a lot. I just want to get it going up. I just didn't want that flour to go everywhere. Okay, so it's all mixed. Now it's time to lay it out on the pan, get it spread out nicely, and then get it ready to bake. The oven's already preheated, so it won't take long. So I'm gonna get it out of here. Okay, for this, I find that it's easier to wet your fingers, wet your hands when you're mixing this up, because I'll tell you that it is definitely sticky stuff. So just wet your hands, wet your fingers a little bit, and it'll help smooth this out. Now we want to get this down nice and thin. I mean, we don't want these treats to be thick at all, really. So a nice thin dough will make some nice small treats. Okay, so it's all set now. It's ready to go in the oven. We're gonna put it in for about 20 minutes, check it, see what it's like. And then once I feel like it's fully done, we'll bring it out. We gotta let it cool, and then we'll cut it. Okay, so timer's done. Lily smells the salmon in the house. That's the one thing I'll warn you about. This is gonna make your house smell like baked salmon. Let me take that out of the oven. We got to get it out here to cool for a little bit. So I'm going to get a cooling rack and then get the stuff out of the oven. Okay, so we've let this cool down. It's down now to room temperature, and you can see it's pretty solid. It can be a little more moist or less moist depending on how much of the salmon liquid you used to make the dough, but this is about right. This is what it should be. And now we're going to cut it up. All right, so I've got it on my cutting board, and I've got this little cutter here that I'm going to use to chop this up into little bits. One more thing I need are some plastic bags. Got these little tiny snack bags. These are perfect. I want to keep them in the freezer for a while, but I only want to take out small amounts for the training, because you know, this is organic food. It's going to go bad if you don't use it up quick. So rather than having to thaw out a big bag and then use it up and hurry up and use it, I do little bags, and then these little bags right here get frozen, and I just pick them out when I need them. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this roughly in half. Close enough. And then cut this right about in half once again, and then in half once again. And each one of these is going to be one baggie's worth of food for Lily. So each one of these will make one baggie. So I'll get about 8 bags out of this, and a bag lasts me about 2 or 3 days. So maybe about 2 days, depending on how small you cut them up. So what I'll do next is I'll just take this and sort of just cut it into little strips like that. They don't have to be perfect. They're going to get cut into smaller bits anyway as I go along, but just get them cut into smaller strips. Again, doesn't have to be anything perfect. Now these are going to get cut even smaller. Now these look like they're really, really small, but again, you know, when you're doing the training, you got to give them a lot of snacks. You got to, every time they do something right, you got to give them a treat, and that means you got to give them a lot of treats. And so you don't want to give them a lot of big treats, because then they just basically get fat. So we don't want to do that. We just want to make little treats for them that they can use. And again, that doesn't have to be perfect. Some are bigger than others. I don't really care. They do okay. And that's perfect for her. So she'll take these. Like I said, these are perfectly edible and perfectly healthy for her, made out of that rice flour that I used. And that's it. You get a little baggie's worth. That'll last me about a day, 2 days maybe. Actually closer to 3 really, if I'm good with her. And the better they get at what they're doing, the fewer treats you got to give them, the less you got to make. But all right, I got a bunch of baggies to make, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Recipe is in the description of the video below. Lily thanks you for watching. I thank you for watching, and I hope your dog enjoys these as much as mine does. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next time.